Just so everybody knows that's listening, he just gave away the secrets to success, period. Like, that's it, so.
25.
I can't imagine how much work it is to lead and manage this many people and keep them all coordinated. We're at AnyHour Home Services here in Utah. It's a $500 million operation throughout the country. This is the headquarters. Check this video for a ton of actionable takeaways.
These guys are used to having people show up and come here. You notice they aren't even fazed by you guys. They're just business as usual. That's because this is normal. We've had people coming here for years. We love to share what we do here at AnyHour. We've had so many people, businesses across the years that have helped us to develop as a business. And we have a philosophy. I hear at these conferences people say, rob and duplicate. You've heard that before probably, right? I actually don't agree with it. I think you should learn and innovate, right? Go to businesses that are interested in sharing and willing to open their doors, learn what they have to offer, and then take it home and innovate, make it better, and then tell us your results. One of my favorite things in what I do as a position where I get to hang out with all you lovely people is I love to hear your success. And so when you try some of the things you learned today, I want to know how it goes for you. These guys all know that if you have questions throughout the day, they're open to share whatever you ask them. Okay, we call this the all access experience. It really is all access. You want to talk to anyone here, we'll do what we can to get your questions answered. So grateful to have you here. Grateful to all of you. Let's get this rolling.
And then we'll just kind of go through some lessons that we can learn about life, and then we're going to go through each of those 11, just kind of a little more in depth, and talk about how we can apply those to our work, to our daily life, and how we can grow and learn, okay?
The less you say, the more your words will matter.
The only person you have to face in the morning is yourself. Be unbeatable.
Okay, first one, the less you say, the more your words will matter. Okay, how does this apply to our service system?
You present, turn it, let them do the first talk.
Hey, just real quick on hand truck safety, we use them. Guys, put a strap around the water heater so if something stumbles, it doesn't go down.
Be over the load. Watch placement of your hands so they won't get squeezed or crushed by the load.
We just left the service training. Dustin pulled us in. We're having breakfast, Chick-fil-A for breakfast. Excited for this tour.
We're going to walk around, and there's going to be multiple times where we have opportunity to stop and visit a little bit. And so we want to make this educational, informative for everyone from all over. And so that means you got to contribute. It's not going to be me talking all day, although I talk a lot. So really quickly, let's just debrief the last, call it 45 minutes. Tell me about your experience so far. What are your takeaways?
I love the energy. I love how you walk in here and you have no choice but to have a smile on your face.
I'll never forget AnyHour University pinned up against the wall, so I know what I'm doing at 7 a.m. and then the values and the mission statements are just plastered in front of my face.
When they're in that room and when we're engaged together, we're learning together. And they're not sitting there reading the posters every day, but they have at least once, and they know what we believe and what our values are. Good point.
How would you say you mix training in terms of like technical training? Like, do you bring vendors in during that time? Or are they more like life-based as
Really
we
good
saw
question.
today?
And I should have said that before you asked, and then you wouldn't have raised your hand. No. It is every other week, we alternate between what we call good to great training. Next week, they'll do technical training. And we'll go every other week back and forth. We've learned over the years as we've tried to improve and get better, how to engage with people more and what to do and what not to do. And so a little bit of our training structure. People are getting in here at 7 a.m. And did you notice they jump right into training? If you jump right into training, you focus on development first, save some of that towards the end. So we'll actually be here starting at 7 a.m. At 8 o'clock, they'll take a quick break, they'll shake it off, get back into the training room, and then we go for another approximately 30 minutes, and that's when you do your business. That's when we're talking about truck stock and did you do what you were supposed to last week and you need to have a whatever it is, and it doesn't matter. And then we'll roll into our rewards for the week. You might have seen some dartboards on the walls up there.
Yep.
Okay, they actually get to throw darts and win some cash based on how well they did in their truck this last week. And so everybody's driving in their performance level to have an opportunity to throw darts. Why? Because we all love money and we all love rewards. We all love rewards.
Corey Nestlin, 570.
Yeah, what's the most you've gotten?
It's like 650.
46. 46 dollars per day.
My biggest takeaway was that everybody's smiling.
Did you notice when somebody hits some big money, the whole room erupts?
Yeah.
Even though they're all kind of noisy, they're having a good time, their buddy hits some money and it's celebration. All right, let's keep rolling. Let's go find a restroom. Jonas, lead the way.
Hi, I'm Eric with AnyHour, and you should subscribe to the Hook Agency YouTube channel. There's a ton of content like this, office tours, conversations with badasses, and check out AnyHourServices.com.
Lael just asked me a question. He said, does this actually get used? The real answer is yes. Mornings and evenings, this gets used quite a bit. But let me tell you my opinion. I don't care if anyone ever uses this gym, okay? Because every single person that considers working at AnyHour gets to experience what you guys are getting today. We're gonna show them the culture in the trainings. We're gonna walk them through the gym. I'm gonna take you right now to the basketball court. We're gonna show you the toothbrush program. Some of you might have seen some of that. And so on. And by the time people go on the experience with us and see what we offer as a business, they all want to work here, okay? Rather than us having to try and convince them during an interview that they should be here, they're begging to work here. You guys don't have to have a gym like this. I mean, your takeaways today, what I would like you to take away from the gym though, is when you go home, I need you to discover in your business what you do that is unique compared to your competitors, or that you advertise that your competitors don't, because every single person out there wants to work for a company that does the cool stuff. This is pretty cool. This is where I get to share with you the details of our toothbrush program, which was one of my favorite things. In fact, in just a moment, we're gonna walk through that door over there and take you into our supply house. What's happening throughout the day is our technicians are completing work. They're gonna keep an inventory of all the parts they use. They're gonna go into our software, Service Titans, who we use. You may have somebody different, doesn't matter. But they're gonna input all the parts they used down to the wire nut. It doesn't matter what they're using. That's gonna get emailed into our supply house as part of the process. And all day long, the team in here, you're gonna meet in just a second, they're pulling parts off the shelves, pushing their carts around, loading them up, and putting them in these truck boxes behind you there. So each one of these boxes, you can see a number on them. They're all assigned to a truck. And so by the end of today, these boxes are gonna be full of all the parts that technician used. I don't really want our team to hang out all day long at the supply house. And so what we're doing to help with that is at the end of the day, after our technicians have gone home and they're spending time with their family, or they might even be asleep, this is where the toothbrush magic happens. You remember, John, when you lost a tooth as a kid, what'd you do? Put it under your pillow, and what happened in the middle of the night? A little magic happened, right? Tooth disappeared and money was under the pillow. The only difference is here, it's in reverse. We're actually gonna leave their parts in their truck while they're home asleep, grab any financials they might have had from the day. So our finance department comes into the office with a fully stocked finance department ready to process whatever needs to be done. And our technicians wake up with a fully stocked truck ready to go the next day, so that there's no wasted time at the supply houses. So now, these technicians that have toured with us, they get to this point and they've seen the gym, they've seen the basketball, they saw the darts, they saw the training, they saw all this cool stuff, and they just realized, holy cow, they're saving me an hour and a half in the morning. That's one more customer I can go to. That's more money in my pocket, okay? So whether you do this or not, look for ways to make your business efficient, because it's appealing to the top producers.
Do you guys put the parts back in their bins, or do you just leave the box there?
Well, here's a question for you. How many people do you imagine it takes to run this whole process? Considering there's 200 trucks out there. And
at least 15 to 20 people.
We take care of the entire coverage area with 3 people.
Really?
Yeah. But that means that they drive up, unlock the truck, throw the parts in the back, grab the finance envelope, lock it up, and drive away. Right? It's a 4-minute stop. It's got to be quick.
What do the techs like or dislike about this system?
The techs love this system.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any complaints on the system.
All right, should we go see next door?
Yeah.
Good, let's do it. Supply house, owned and operated by Standard Supply. We chose Standard Supply because they're growing with us throughout the country. So our partner locations, several of them, I think we're up to about I call it a dozen to 15, I'm not sure exactly, but we have these throughout the country. The people you see behind the counter, I think we have 8 people full-time on-site, staffed and paid by Standard Supply. Okay? Now there are people, we consider them that way, they come to our Christmas parties, right? But we're not writing their check. And they're stocking my truck boxes ready for the Toothberry team. We own the space. They stock the shelves. So it's a real partnership. It's just our space.
You work for Standard, is that correct?
It's really nice because like we get to know all the techs and their families, and so we get. It's just like a friendly work environment, I guess.
Sweet. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man.
They call it a VMI, a vendor managed inventory, right? There are other different companies out there. If Standard's not in your area and you're interested in this, I know some others as well. Until you pass 5, 6, 7, 8 million in revenue, you're probably not going to get one of these at your place. But if you're interested, let me help you talk to the right people. Let's do it.
There's just so many people in this company that like, I can't imagine how much work it is to lead and manage this many people and keep them all coordinated. But it's obviously a testament to the leadership here that everything seems to be churning and moving along at a nice pace.
Gary, you just walked through, that is a second VMI. This one is specifically designed for anything underground related. We do a lot of drain repair, excavation, sewer line replacement, that sort of stuff. And where you're at here, this is where we take care of the trucks. And so while our technicians are sitting and training the team here, they'll actually go out and find their truck in the parking lot. They've got a routine calendar, they're keeping track of where trucks are at, right? Who needs the oil changes. And they can go out and grab a truck, bring it in, do an oil change, put it back in the same parking spot so they don't even know that it was gone.
Greg, what's up? Doing great. I'm actually at, it's cool you called me. I'm actually at one of the companies that you guys work with right now, AnyHour. Actually, for this video, because I'm getting recorded right now, would you be open to sharing like what they're like a little bit, like working with as a company? Are they one of the good guys kind of thing?
Oh yeah, 100%. So you've got, a pile of national buyers, call it 4, 5, 6. The clients that we've had that work with them, almost all pretty much report really easy to work with post-transaction, not a ton of turnover, really great people. They stick to their word of everything they said going into the deal. Just nothing but really good positive feedback on Dustin and the team. We're thrilled. We had a call with them yesterday. We're always thrilled when they're a buyer.
I love that. I love that. And I just because I'm doing this tour, I can't talk a lot right now, but I just wanted to say, just for the people watching, SFMP Advisors is obviously an advisory firm that works with P and sellers to get the best deal, but also to like get the right buyer. So, and they're a partner of ours. So check them out, sfpadvisors.com. Greg, I appreciate you. Thank you for saying what's up, and I'll chat with you a little bit more soon, okay?
This isn't a company thing. But what happens is, and we were very conscious of this for years, we saw that our company was growing quickly. And as a management team, we had many discussions where we were considerate of the idea of losing the cultural value in the business the bigger we got. We were concerned. We're like, okay, well, how do we make sure that we don't lose the family feel that we all love, the culture that we all love, even though we're growing quickly? Managers took ownership of the idea that it could diminish, and they took responsibility for their own departments. So what we discovered that we had cultures within our culture. Okay, so what is the golden toilet? Well, we had the management team over here. This is where all of our drains and excavation and underground work happens. I mean, they're dealing with some pretty gross stuff, and that kind of affects their personality just a tiny bit. And it's kind of become part of their own little fun culture. And that's why when I came in here on my birthday, they made me sit down and sing me a song, and it was completely uncomfortable. And I loved it, right? It made me feel good. Sad story, we actually had one of our friends pass away here at AnyHour just a couple of weeks ago. His name's Chasen. Chasen was who brought the golden toilet into the team. And I'm feeling the emotion here just a little bit, bear with me, but Jason passed away, young guy, 36 years old, passed away of a heart attack. And I came in here the morning or morning after kind of thing, and the team in here was just shattered, right? Because this is their friend, their mentor, their coach, their leader. And it's for me, just to see the impact that one person has on your culture and the effect when you lose that person was profound. We lost a friend. Business isn't about making money. I know that's a product of what we do, but this is about shaping lives. Okay? And I saw that firsthand very recently when I lost my friend Jason. So you guys have the ability in your business to maintain your culture no matter what size you are by empowering your leadership team and surrounding yourself with the right people.
Would you trust the person enough to buy from them?
100%.
All right.
1000%. In there is where we have our HVAC sales team do their trainings and meetings. We've always tried to create a very professional environment where people can elevate themselves.
I think everybody in this room is taking more time. They're focused on that one customer, because that might be all we see today. I'm going to take every bit of time I have to make sure that they're taken care of. And if it's a no and I'm not the right person, then that's the right answer.
I can work anywhere. Any of us could work anywhere, but do we believe in what we do? Some people just want a paycheck, but some people actually want to feel like they're doing something more than just a paycheck. So the reason I work here is because of the core values in this company.
Hey, how are you? We have deep roots here. The sales team here, just really quickly, who's been on the sales team now more than 5 years? Okay. I go to lots of companies and they're turning their salespeople over like it doesn't matter. It matters.
I test them, I promise you, I'd push them. And they just stick around, I don't know why.
These are leaders in our business. You know, you talk about managers and the influence they can have and the leaders that they are, but then what about your parking lot influencers, the people that are actually making a difference in the field and influencing your team and your technicians and everything else? That's these guys. These guys are absolutely leaders in our business.
Last year was $5 million.
5 million, all right. And what do you think is like your encouragement to people that are trying to get there? Let's say they're coming from like 1 or 2 and they're trying to get to 5 million.
Just asking questions, seeing what you can do to be better yourself so you can be better for everybody else.
My biggest year is 4.2.
What is something that you think holds people back? Like 1 or 2 things that you really think like keep people.
Salespeople?
Yeah, salespeople. Pride.
They think they know it. They don't think they need to grow. A lot of times I'll share things with Brady. Okay, Brady is the guy that sold 5.2. He's a sponge, he'll absorb it, he'll use it. You share that with someone else and they're like, nah, I'm too prideful. I don't have to do that. It's because you're getting better calls. It's because of this or that. Get out of your own way, humble yourself and learn what needs to be learned so that you can better yourself.
What do you say when the customer says your price is too high?
My price is too high?
Yeah, too expensive.
Well, I have got rid of so many obstructions before it even comes to that. They've seen, I hate when people use value. Do they trust me and do they feel like they're getting a deal? If they ask me that question, that means I didn't do my job. I apparently didn't show them that they're getting a deal and they apparently don't trust me. But if it gets to that point, I usually say, I'm so sorry. I thought we were doing this together and I was building exactly what you wanted. So let me apologize firsthand and then let's go back. So what is it about this option that you feel isn't worth what I presented? And then I'm opening that dialogue again to make sure that I'm hitting what they wanted. Because a lot of times salespeople just think it's, as you said, the secret sauce or the elixir or the silver bullet. It's not. It's the whole process getting to that point.
I'll piggyback on that. A lot of it is, yes, we have a great system and we do great things here, but it's also up to the individual to take it outside of what happens here. If you want to spend the time, doing your own research, YouTubing, all those things that you do on your own time to grow yourself to the next level, makes a big difference.
So to your question back there in the back, asking him what he does, what he didn't tell you, is how many hours after work and nights and mornings and weekends he does extra spending on trainings.
When he said he uses his team, he means it. He calls us all, he'll ask questions. Again, not being prideful.
I don't know, what keeps you motivated past a certain level? Because at a certain level, it's like
being a top guy.
That so you feel like it's the competition of it
Everyone
and
after that top
being-
guy each week.
Yeah.
We hold each other accountable each week, and everyone in here wants to be that top guy, don't you?
So these guys are all top producers in this room. They're all 3 million plus. What are we gonna sell this year as a team in HVAC in Utah?
Over 50.
Over 50 million will come out of this room this year.
Currently, we're trending closing the last lately, over 70% closing, 74% closing last while.
Consumer confidence in the trades right now is down 98%. We're right there with, I'll say, a car salesman, right? We're not quite as bad, but we're right there. So knowing that confidence and trust in our trades is down 98% and our closing, these guys are closing in 70%, is incredible. But I know every one of these guys, they care about the customers, they care about the people, they will take as much time as they're there for them, not there for their own pocketbooks. And that's why our closing is the way it is. Andrew, where did you start?
Install apprentice.
Wow. Sean, where'd you start?
Same thing.
Jake, service.
Everybody in life wants to have a clear path, or at least a glimpse of what a clear path might look like, because they want to advance themselves and have an opportunity in life. The minute you limit people in their career path to believe that they don't have an opportunity anymore and they've reached the cap of their experience is when they go find an opportunity somewhere else, right? You take people like Nate and these others in the room, they've been able to see an opportunity, a path, and the other technicians in this business, they look at this as a desirable position. In fact, this is a hard position to get from outside the company. Occasionally it happens, there's a few in here, but most of the time it's something we look for talent from within the business to promote.
How many times did Mark come in before we got him?
3 months, every Tuesday, 7 o'clock with the suit on. And the reason I came here, was the core values. Like, I can work anywhere, any of us could work anywhere, but do we believe in what we do? So maybe, look at your companies and some people just want a paycheck, but some people actually want to feel like they're doing something more than just a paycheck. So the reason I work here is because of the core values in this company.
Hey, why aren't you subscribed yet? Hit that subscribe button.
Everybody behind you here, this is Chad. Chad, come front and center. We're gonna hang out with you for a second. So, this is Chad. Alex, come on up. No, come on up. If you hadn't noticed, who we bump into and who you get to hang out with is all unintentional. We're just grabbing whoever's in the area. Nothing is staged on your experience today. I didn't know they were even in that room, and that was a good experience, right? Chad and Alex here, they didn't know they were gonna come hang out with me here for a second, but they are the leadership team involved in the installation process. So in this warehouse, we're gonna install in 2025 how much equipment in revenue?
Oh, between 50 and 60 million.
Well, what kind of questions do you have for me? What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box? That is a fantastic question. This bin is something that we came up with that has been amazing. It's a way to be able to have all the parts and pieces that they're going to need for an install right here in one little place. What happens is when they're done utilizing or installing for the day, we've got two bins per vehicle, per installer, and they'll bring the old one back, the one that they used, and then it'll be inventory. Everything will be replaced in it, and so they can figure out exactly what has been used for that specific job.
Really, we took everything off of truck stock and we put it inside a bin and said, this is how it can be done for a full system. 80-90% of it's all in here, like Chad was just sharing. And that's where we've really seen that time cost and saving money. Instead of like every year we're throwing a lot of PVC or 90s away, we're able to really save that money and really put it back, and we're able to grow even more, get more trucks, get more technicians. So if you look over there, we've got 3 people over there. They are auditing. So we don't audit it. We used to audit these at AnyHour, but with Steven's taking the whole warehouse, they now audit them. They restock them, get them ready for every day. So that's where it was nice to get that off of our basically books and have them take it. And they're on top of it. They make sure whatever's in there, they restock it.
When you talk about opportunity in the business, she's been able to be a strong contributing member of the team, and she's had a lot of opportunities. So she's managing our dispatch department. But if you want to pick a couple of questions relevant to dispatch.
How are you prioritizing your calls?
So with the technicians or when the call is booked? Like
When
what
the call comes in.
So when the call comes in, we actually pull average ticket, we pull years of how is this call performed, and then that's where we decide what call type that is, and we mark it off of that call type. So leaky water heater, then 10 plus, it's gonna be a priority 1. So we have a priority level that we follow. We are using Dispatch Pro for most of that. So Dispatch Pro will assign to the technician who is performing the best at those calls, it will assign it to the technician.
What's like a major improvement that you guys have made to your process recently that you like, technology or otherwise?
With our smart dispatch usage, it does a lot of justice, giving the right technicians the right jobs.
Is that on Service Titan or?
It is on Service Titan.
Okay.
Yes, and it generates the jobs for whoever's closest, for revenue, and it is a really smart, wonderful system.
I've heard people say at different conferences, swag does not make your culture, and okay, I can get behind that, but what I will say is when you see your people engaged, wanting to be a part of the swag program, you know your culture is working, so it's an indicator. Some of my favorite things, if you look behind Johnny here, see that on the wall there, I had him put this here so I could show people what our swag bucks look like. So this is our AnyHour currency. You see prices with the stuff in here. We don't want to make money, we want to have a culture. And so we give people swag bucks on their birthdays and anniversaries. We give managers swag bucks to give away for good behavior and spontaneous rewards. So here's my advice, don't go home and plot out a whole swag shop. It's probably not feasible right now, but could you have a swag wall, right? Could you have a small display, and could you have swag dollars and a supply closet with a few items in there where people can have this program? You can do this. You don't have to have a whole shop. Like this is probably next level for what most of you are going to go for to begin with. But we've had different versions of this, and you grow into it. So go home and have a swag wall. Why not? All right, so we're going to sneak up into marketing, take a look at everything they're working on. They're providing resources and tools and support for partner companies all over the country, so you'll probably see different brands up there being worked on. We don't take over marketing completely, but we want to throw fuel on the fire. We're really good at marketing. And so we want to provide some of those resources to people that join us. So,
are you a designer?
Yeah.
What's your favorite brand that you guys work on? Like
My
design-wise.
favorite. I really like Black Diamonds look.
Can you show
They're in
us real quick
Utah.
that? So why do you like this brand?
I just think it looks so sleek. I love their colors, like the gradients, and the black just looks like really modern and really cool. If your brand looks clean and like nicely put, it definitely like will attract a different audience too.
What is like a promotion that always works?
A big promotion that we always run is we always do tune-ups. So the main objective of that is to just get into the house. So we'll do a $29 tune-up. Some partners do $49. It's something that everybody needs. Everybody needs maintenance, but it gets us into the door so that we can get bigger ticket purchases.
here, this is our marketing studio. This is designed to be able to do podcasts, productions. We can drop the green screen behind me and do some different video stuff, all that cool thing, those cool things you see out there. One of my favorite things about this, if you look behind that wall over there on your way out, you'll see a clothing rack full of uniforms. These are uniforms of all of our partner companies. It's not normal for companies to have a studio when you're in the trades, but we're to a point where we can have a studio and we can provide that service to our partners. And so anytime they see something they like, they can call us up and say, hey, I really like that production you guys did. Can you throw on our shirt and get one of those for us? And so we'll do productions for our partner companies. Which I'm going to throw a pitch in for us here. You guys came here to develop your businesses and look for opportunity to grow, and that's great. We are looking for people that are interested in being a part of the AnyHour group. You can see that it's a pretty darn cool place to be or be a part of. I have had people referred from people at one of these tours join the group. So whether you're interested or not, it doesn't matter. That's not why you came here, but know that it's out there. Know that it's something you should be familiar with. It's in our industry, and we can have a whole conversation about private equity's involvement in our industries if you want to. That's what I do. Or if you know somebody that you think may benefit from the resources, tools, and support that we can offer as a group. that's really why we do the AnyHour group, is to look for great people that want to develop a business and be a part of a team with us. So give that some thought. If you have questions, we can dive into that. Probably a lunch would be better, but wanted to make you aware that this is one of those resources we offer to people that are part of the team.
So if you like that tour, hit the subscribe button. We do a bunch of these tours. Check out our playlist on our channel with like 15 of these in there. And check out AnyHourServices.com to get a tour of this space. I mean, there's only so much we can show you in the time. It's a lot more powerful when you're in person and getting to pick the brains of a bunch of people if you need help with something particular right now. So check out AnyHourServices.com.